Welcome to the Bluegrass Sports Show, or
We are the BS Show. Two fat guys talking crap. We are the pedofamilias of chubness.
I'm Carl,
And I'm Perry.
the animal, and today we are coming at you with our picks for the top 5 current. Oh, I scratched that. Top 10 current players from any position.
Yes.
Any position. We are going to go 10 to 1.
You going to tell them what sport?
Okay. Top 5 any position NBA.
Top 10.
God dang it.
Top 10.
We do more top 5s here. I'm sorry, guys. Top 10.
Here, you just sit over and be
you
quiet
go
for a
ahead.
minute.
I'm flustered.
Our goal tonight, if he can speak English and not have a stroke,
Oh, God.
is to
I'm out of cigarettes.
explain to you, I'm sorry. But it's to explain to you our opinions of who the top 10 current players in the NBA would be. Now, it's completely opinion-based. Some people agree, some people disagree, especially my brother-in-law who loves Kyrie. But he's special. Not everybody can be perfect. Before we get into this, I want to go ahead and tell you my next 5. I'm not going to go into detail, but I'm going to tell you who my next 5 out would be, essentially 11 through 15. Just to give you an idea who's going to be in my top 10.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay.
I'm not giving you mine.
Oh, I don't care what you give
It took me too long to come up with my 10.
Well, my first 5 out. Towns, Cousins, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Paul George. So if I've got none of those 5 in my top 10, are you ready for my top 10?
No.
I didn't figure you would be.
No. All right. So we're going to jump right into this. Now, do you remember who started the last one?
I don't care who started the last
Well,
one.
go ahead, big fella.
Okay, well, you're so generous. My number 10 is starting point guard for the Washington Wizards, Mr. John Wall.
I thought about it.
To me, what John Wall has done in Washington and the numbers he's been able to put up, his career at this point has been delayed with the productivity of he and Washington because he had a couple of seasons, one season in particular, where he missed most of the season. It was somewhat derailed by injury early. Also, his third season in the league, I do apologize. It was Brandon. It would have been his third season in the league. It was shortened by lockout and strike. So that hurt him as well. With that being said, John Wall, and he attested to this earlier in another video, his numbers are comparable to Hall of Fame point guards.
Yes.
And that, to me, is fantastic.
It is.
Now, some people will say, well, he's not done this, he's not done that. As far as postseason play goes, he's accomplished just as much in the postseason as what Chris Paul has.
Oh, yeah.
To me, he is the second best athlete at the point guard position in today's game.
He's phenomenal.
He is the second best playmaking point guard in the league today. He averaged 23 a game last year, so obviously he's one of the better scorers without being a scoring player, without being a scoring play style. To me, it's a no-brainer for John Wall at number 10.
Well, like I said, I really honestly thought about that. But just so you guys know, once again, you can't see squat, but I'm using a cheat sheet, and I will not vary from this. I made this. I'm going to follow through with it.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you as well. Whenever it comes to 10 players, I've got a cheat sheet.
So, but Perry was way prepared for this video. I was not. I was sitting here making my list right before we did the video. John Wall was one that I thought about. I almost slipped him in over one of the guys that you counted out of your top 10 that I'm going to slip in at number 10, and that's Draymond Green.
I greatly considered him.
Yes.
And I actually had him on my list earlier today.
You took him back out.
Well, John Wall, the numbers that he puts up and the impact that he has for his team
is greater.
He's the man.
Yeah.
Where Draymond is fantastic. Draymond, to me, is an automatic top 15 guy. He's not even a number 3 option.
Well, not anymore.
He's a number 4 option. That's just how loaded the Warriors are.
Yeah.
The impact Draymond has is outstanding. And you're not going to hear an argument from me for having him in the top 10. I would just prefer Wall.
Honestly, I'm made too, but But Draymond, like you said, I mean, his impact for a team goes well beyond scoring or anything like that. This is a guy that does everything and does everything well, really well. So that's why I had him in there over Wall. But I mean, those two are neck and neck. You know what I mean? Those two are right there together.
I feel you.
So I guess moving on to number 9.
Who's your 9?
My number 9 is Cat.
Karl Towns.
Yes, Karl Anthony Towns. I'm throwing him in that list. Once again, I mean, here's a guy that will do everything, can do everything. And he's, like you brought up in the last video there, he's extremely young and he's going to improve so much. But just as a current player, I do believe this year coming up with stats, he is going to, be top 10 easily with stats. And I'm really hoping that the Timberwolves do well. I'm really hoping they make it far in the playoffs and they do great because I want to see it.
Top 4 seed in the West. Calling it right now.
God, I hope so. So who is your number 9?
My number 9, I'm sticking to what I said in the current point guard list. If Wall's number 10, the guy that I just barely place above him is Chris Paul. But it's microscopic. The reason why is because Chris Paul, he's been doing it longer.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it boils down to. He's a better pure shooter than Wall. Now, Chris Paul's not a great shooter, but he's better than Wall.
Right.
A better pure shooter than Wall, maybe a better pure floor general than
Right.
Wall.
That's what I was going to say.
Maybe a slightly better
Wall's
defender.
Still young.
Yes, exactly. But if you want to, I could be easily talked in to John Wall being over him.
Right.
So I'm going with Chris Paul at 9. Now, my number 8.
See, Paul would probably be my number 11.
Really?
He's not on my list.
Okay.
But go ahead.
I can understand that. My number 8 is Giannis Antetokounmpo. Right now, that man is a top 8 player in the NBA. I've said it 4 times at least with this segment of videos of current players.
Right.
He, Davis, Towns are the future of the league.
Right.
It's Kawhi Leonard's league that they're the future of. But they are the future.
They're going to be
them as players.
It's going to be the top 4.
The way they play, the impact they have, the positionlessness.
And drive.
And drive. They're excellent penetrators. Great point. But anyways. Oh, you mean drive. Oh, I got you. But anyways.
Mental drive.
I know, I'm just playing. But Giannis is my number 8. Go ahead for yours.
Okay, my number 8 is Cuz. Cuz. He's my number 8. And once again, if we're talking about doing it all, Cousins can from the center position.
Yep.
I've seen him play up at the top of the key and facilitating for the team, which is phenomenal for a center, especially one that can dribble the ball. He can put the ball on the floor. And much like Cat, and those two are really interchangeable. Like we discussed in the last video, those two are right together to me at this point. But I do have Cousins at number 8.
You want to know the sole reason why I did not put DeMarcus Cousins or Karl Towns on this list?
No.
Because I want to see them do what they do. Talent-wise, absolutely. I want to see them do what they do in a winning format, in a way to where they are pushing a winning team.
I can see that. Which I do believe the Sacramento Kings would have been there had they kept Mark Malone. I seriously believe that. I believe they would have been a winning team.
It's very possible.
Because, once Cuz bought in, then it was game on. And they were going to be a stout team after that. Okay, so number 7? Is it me or you?
It's you.
And number 7's where I got Antetokounmpo.
Okay.
That's where I got him at.
So you valued him a little bit higher than I did.
Well, not much, 8 to 7. But, yeah, just what you said. He literally, this guy's the future of the NBA. He's there. If these other guys on my list hadn't done more to this point, then they wouldn't, or he would be up higher. But they have done more to this point. So that's where we stand.
I got you.
With that.
I got you. Number 7 is where I had the MVP runner-up this past season, James Harden.
He's not even on my list.
Woo!
He ain't. Defense knocked him out. I'm going to be honest.
Completely?
It did. It pisses me off. His lackluster defense pisses me off. And he's not in my top 10.
MVP runner-up, He led the league in assists. That's good enough for me to
Mike
have him top
D'Antoni.
10. I will give him number 7, and he's in just his ability to create for
Offensively.
teammates. His ability just to create offensively. Period.
Right.
His ability to get to the line at will. Now he's terrible defensively, and I give you that on that. But I think it's impossible not to have James Harden listed as a top 10 player. That's just my opinion.
Well, I mean, I honestly thought about it, but his defense to me has kicked him out. I just wouldn't put him in there because of that. So where are we at?
We're to
You're
my number
number
6.
six, yeah.
My number 6. This is where I'm gonna have Steph Curry.
That's where I also have Steph Curry.
Oh, okay. So we'll just share this spotlight.
Oh, yeah.
Steph Curry, of course. If we made this video a year ago, he might be in the top 3. But at this point, the role, he's still an unbelievable.
Yeah, but he's the number 2 option now.
Well, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, whenever you have, it's like, is it really a 1-2 number 1 or a number 2 option? Is it kind of like it was with Kobe and Shaq, where you had 2 number 1 options? Kind of figure it out.
Yeah, I would say it is, but to me, it's more like LeBron and D Wade. Right when LeBron first came to Miami, because it sure seems like to me that Durant just kind of took over. And LeBron did the same thing. You took him and D-Wade. At this point, when LeBron came to Miami, D-Wade was still up there at the top of his game. And he had, LeBron just took over as that leader, as the number 1 option.
To Steph's credit, though, I don't think it's as much as that Durant took over that team.
As Steph took a step back.
As well. Of course, Steph's a very smart player.
Yeah.
He's a very selfless player. And people want to say he's selfish. That's a crock.
No, I don't
It's a
agree
crock
with
of
that
crap.
at all.
Steph is a very unselfish player, a very unselfish individual. I think
a great player.
I think the biggest issue with him in this situation, where it seemed like Steph took a step back, was because teams in the postseason had the ability to try to contain him, where they didn't Durant.
Right.
And Durant just abused him.
Right.
So, and that's something Steph's done to teams for the last 4 years.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Tomato.
Yeah, that's the only reason.
Also known as tomato potato.
That's the only reason I've got him right there. So, I guess we're on to number 5.
You're number 5.
And this is where I have Mr. Anthony Davis.
Me too.
All right. So, we are rolling right now, boys. So, with AD, we're sitting there talking about, and that's the hard part with this top 10, is besides the bottom of it, all of these guys are absolutely fantastic.
Yes.
And a lot of these guys can literally do everything on the floor.
I'm not going to sing Anthony Davis's praises because we done plenty of that in our last video. What I'm going to tell you, the reason why he's at number 5 and not higher is the same reason why I don't have Karl Towns and DeMarcus Cousins on this list, because I want to see Anthony Davis be the best player in the league on a good team.
Yes. Yeah.
28-12 is phenomenal.
But when you're doing it in a losing fashion, it hurts you.
Well, that team just had no hope.
I mean, yeah. But I'm really hoping for this year. I mean, I am. Those are 2 teams that I really hope do great. Because Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins have worked their tails off in this league and have not been given a very solid opportunity to really succeed. Well, Cat's still new, but they've got a bunch of young, really good talent on that team.
Yes.
Aside from Jimmy Butler, who is experienced, but he's still not old. He's, 27, 28?
If that.
So he's still not old.
No.
He's just not young. Other than that, they've got a lot of great young talent on that team that I'm really hoping will do great, because I want to see them do great. Go ahead.
My number 4.
Sorry, my wife is interrupting the video trying to make dinner. Go ahead.
She's trying to graciously pour noodles or something. But anyways, what we have at number 4 for me, and I can see your cheat sheet, so I know we're going to differ here.
Oh, okay.
I've got Westbrook.
You've got Westbrook. All right. I like.
Westbrook at number 4.
See, to me, these top 4. I mean, well, let's say 2 through 4
They're interchangeable.
are interchangeable. Yes, you can have any one of them at any spot. It's just based on what you see. And with you having Westbrook at number 4, I'm just going to go ahead and say it that I have Durant at number 4.
Ironic.
But yeah, but that is just primarily the only reason I've got Westbrook higher is just off last season. I mean, he had an absolutely amazing season, historic season.
I don't want to demean his accomplishments whatsoever.
Right.
Last season was unbelievable, averaging a triple-double and doing it with ease.
Yeah, ease.
Not even close. And leading the league in scoring while doing it. To me, the reason why I have him at number 4, I want to see what he does once again with another high-level player on his roster.
Yeah, but we're talking about 2 high-level players now that both love to play this hero ball. So I don't see them succeeding. I mean, I see them succeeding somewhat. You know, they're going to go places, but they're not going to win a championship. I don't see that. I really don't. Not unless they can get. I would love to see a coach like Brad Stevens go to coach the Thunder. I would really love to see that. Somebody that, or Pop, or somebody that demands respect. And even though Brad Stevens doesn't, he ain't got the record in the NBA.
No faith in Billy Donovan?
No, I don't. Billy Donovan, his achievements have all been collegiate, and it was off of one team that was stacked with NBA players. I mean, the whole starting lineup went to the NBA and started. So he had a ton of talent on that college team.
Torian Green started in the NBA?
He did at one point.
Did he?
Yeah, every one of them did.
Okay.
At one point or another, they have started on an NBA team.
Okay.
And they're all, I believe, still currently playing, correct? Just on the bench in other places.
I couldn't tell you for sure.
Okay. But anyway, so he had an NBA team that he was putting on the floor against college players, basically.
Well, I mean,
and they were college players at that time.
We're kind of the
now,
Kettle Black.
Now, but then we weren't. Then that was not really heard of, playing 5 players that all got drafted and went to the, and that's the reason. And they stayed. All of them stayed and came back and played again. So he won 2 championships. But it's off that one team. That's all he's done.
I do think Billy Donovan's overall notoriety as an all-time coach is overrated,
yes,
especially on the college level. But he did go to multiple Final Fours with Florida. It wasn't just that team. He went to other Final Fours.
I mean, that team was his championship team.
But while he was at Florida and Cal was at Kentucky, Cal owned him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So he won maybe 4 times against Cal.
And Cal, you could say about Cal that he's underachieved with the teams that he's had and the players he's drawn in.
No.
But you can definitely say that about Billy Donovan. To me, I say that about Billy Donovan.
I think he underachieved in comparison to what his reputation as a coach is.
Yes.
But he's not recruiting the same level as Cal.
No, his recruiting's not as good. I mean,
you can't. There's nothing you can do to convince me that Cal is underachieved. Now, in a decade from now, if we still only have 1 title under Cal, then you can talk me into it. All that you can ask for at the college level is to have a chance.
Right.
In a 1-game elimination scenario, me and Shaq talked about this the other day at our family reunion.
Okay.
And he kindly had that same mindset as well. If you have the best talent, you should win. But if you stop and think about
Not necessarily.
If you stop and think about it, and we will go through this on a later video. I don't want to bore you today.
Right.
But how often does the best team in the NCAA tournament win the NCAA tournament?
Yes, I completely agree with that. And if we're talking about...
I've tried.
If we are talking about championship, I mean, the one year that I really do believe Cal messed up, that would be John Wall's year.
How did he mess up?
Because he let them keep shooting. I don't think that was the right plan. Not with that team. They should have stuck to their game plan, and we'd have won that game.
If I'm going to acknowledge that Cal messed up anything on that team, he didn't schedule any games in any domes. If you stop and think about it, we were ice cold from outside that game against West Virginia.
Right.
The game before in the same building against Cornell, we couldn't hit a shot to save our lives either. It's just it was against Cornell and not West Virginia. That and West Virginia come out and played out of their hind ends.
Yeah, they played great
that night. They hadn't played remotely close to that in 2 seasons.
But we just kept shooting the ball. But anyway.
Russell Westbrook is my number 4. I don't even know if I gave a reason why. But Westbrook is my number 4. Go ahead and go to your number 3. Just don't
my number 3 is, I already said my number 4 though, it's Kevin Durant. I already said that. So my number 3 is Kawhi Leonard. That's my number 3. And I know that you're giving me that look right now because you want him at number 2. But that is my number 3. And like I said, I'm going to go ahead and tell you because I said 2 through 4 were interchangeable. My number 2 is Russell Westbrook. And the only reason I'm giving him, absolutely only reason I'm giving him the nod over Leonard is just off of last season. That's the only reason. Go ahead.
I'm not going to dignify that with first place. My number 3 is Kevin Durant.
Well, makes sense. He's definitely not above Kawhi Leonard.
No, he's not. And neither is Russell Westbrook. But Kevin Durant, we've told you all you need to know about these players.
Yes.
And at this point, you can figure out who he's going to have 2 and 1, who I'm going to have 2 and at 1. Kevin Durant, lethal scorer, maybe the most lethal scorer in the history of the game of basketball. But he's not the second best player in the league because the second best player in the league is Kawhi Leonard, and that gap is closing ever so much every single day. No. But
I'm not arguing that at all.
Okay.
Like I said, if this was last year that we was doing this, Kawhi Leonard's my number 2, easily. But Westbrook just topped him because of that. Tremendous season we just saw. I've got to give him the nod. And with you, I'm very anxious to see what he does with another star since Kevin Durant. You know what I mean?
Okay.
If he's going to be reluctant to, play the same way he did with Kevin Durant and not try to be absolutely, which he should be. Paul George should be the number 2 option on that team easily. Right?
Let's talk about LeBron.
Yeah. Let's go to the number 1 best player in the league still yet in the world, and that's LeBron James. So what do you want to say about LeBron?
Your days are numbered.
Well, the guy's getting, what is he, 32 now?
Kobe was still winning championships at 32. Is it? No,
I know that. I'm not saying.
Jordan was still winning titles at 32.
But every one of them, their days are numbered. That's what I'm saying.
Shaquille O'Neal once said Father Time is undefeated. Mm-hmm. He thought he would be the one man to defy Father Time. Father Time took an axe and attacked his Achilles.
Oh, very nice.
That's what happened. I saw it on camera.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
It was video
recorded. You can't
recorded.
tell me the way that he comes up, that it wasn't an axe directly to the back of the foot.
Oh, gosh.
I see nothing to contradict my theory.
I'm not contradicting this. I love it.
Still, at this point in today's NBA, if you put LeBron James on a team,
mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not talking about putting him on the Nets and you have a chance because that's not going to happen. You might have a chance to get into the playoffs. You don't have a chance to win a championship.
No.
But if you put LeBron James on a team with any other talent, you got a chance to get to your conference finals and a chance to get to the NBA finals.
Right.
And that's all you can ask for. I think the same way about Kawhi Leonard. That's my opinion. I think Kawhi Leonard, you can do the exact same thing with.
Well, we talk about, and they talk about on ESPN and stuff, that LeBron's made it to, 7 to 8 straight finals?
7. 4 Miami, 3 in Cleveland.
If we're counting conference finals.
It's untelling.
Kawhi Leonard's made it every year. Ain't he? Every year he's been in the league?
No, because in the year that he was a rookie, the year that the Thunder went, and the Thunder may have beat him. Actually, yep, I think he has. I think Kawhi Leonard has been to the conference finals every season he's been in the league.
No, because the Warriors beat the Thunder.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right. The last year that Duncan played, they got upset in the first round by the Clippers.
So
That's right. That's right. That's right. Warriors beat the Thunder.
So one, though. I mean, that's what we're talking about right here.
And he's going through a lot tougher conference.
And he's a lot younger.
A lot younger.
A lot younger. So he is easily going to overtake that number one spot. Easily, eventually. But he's just not quite there yet.
Something I want to attest to LeBron James is his durability. Something about him that is different from any other athlete, almost in any other sport ever, is the fact that he's never had a major injury. A lot of that is to his conditioning.
Yeah, he's
the
got
ability
great
he takes care of his
yes.
body. It blows my mind. He's had little tweaks here and there.
But
I remember,
nothing major.
remember once he broke his nose and he wore a mask, which I loved him in the mask. I thought it was awesome. Looks like freaking Batman flying around. But don't look at me like that. Anyways, I love LeBron in the mask. That was just me.
But I mean,
That was in his younger days. Though.
If we are making, if we're making that statement that the durability, I mean, he's phenomenal, and I think it's got a lot to do with his strength and conditioning.
Yes.
I mean, his body is stout as an ox, so.
Going into this year's postseason, I thought Kawhi Leonard was on the same level. The way LeBron James, in which Kawhi Leonard played almost as well.
You thought he was on the same level playing or durability?
With playing. I thought LeBron was here, Kawhi was here, right with him.
Right.
Now, the way LeBron played in the postseason, it's inched it back.
Right.
Kawhi played great, he just got hurt.
Yeah.
But it's a lot closer now than what it was way down here.
Yeah. Yeah, LeBron, like I said, I mean, he's easily going to be overtaken at that number one spot, but right now he still remains the best player in the world, and you can't argue that fact at this point.
You want to know something?
What's that?
We've done this so much quicker than we did the all-time guys.
I know. But I mean, the all-time, you got a lot more.
Yeah. There it is. There's a lot of them.
There's a lot of them.
There's a lot of them.
So,
and I know at least one of them that we talked about today was on that list as LeBron. Was there anybody else from current league that we have Durant on all-time?
Well, you had Steph Curry. Not on the top 10, but you had Steph Curry in the all-time list. In the point guards.
In the point guards.
Right.
Okay.
But that I think that's it. Well, no, we had Kevin Durant in there, I believe.
I don't know if we did or not. I can't remember.
I don't know.
You guys know. Anyway. You guys know.
Yeah,
Go back and check out that video and let us know.
So, I guess we're wrapping this video up. Our next video is going to be, and this one's going to be really fun to me. I'm loving this one. Our next video is we're going to pick our starting 5 of current NBA players, but we're going to do it like we did the all-time list, and that's it. We're going to have a draft, right? Except I get to go first on this one because you went first on the last one. So that's what we're going to do for you guys in the next video. We do want to give a shout out to all the viewers, all the subscribers. We do thank you guys for that very much. Definitely check out our Twitter page. That is at Bluegrass Sport 2.
No S. Just sport.
Just sport.
Just sport.
And then our Facebook page, and that's the Bluegrass Sports Show.
With an S. Sports. Sports.
Yes. But once again, we do just want to say thank you. And we love doing this. I mean, if you can't tell, we have a ton of fun up here. So is there anything you would like to add before we end the video? Barry, always the animal. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Tune in for our next video.